sort of disowned it. I won't mention the name, but one of them was so bad. It was a big blockbuster.
We've all done ones that don't work. That's part of the process.
Sure.
No, it is. There is, in the acting profession, a sort of undercurrent of self-destructiveness that one observes, whether it's Marilyn Monroe or James Dean.
Sure.
Does that weigh on you from time to time?
Of self-destructiveness?
Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't weigh on me. I don't think anything weighs on me much anymore. I've got to that stage of life where I don't worry about too much. I used to drink very heavily myself, and I just was addicted to booze, I guess. And I think it was part of that thing that you think, oh, well, if you're creative, you know, this is your license to actually have a great life and drink yourself to death if you want to. And it looks very glamorous at the time, but and then I came out here to Hollywood many years ago, and I thought this is like putting sand in the gas tank, you know, destroying your fuel. So I thought, well, maybe I better stop. So I stopped a long time ago.
What moved you from England to Hollywood? What was the motivation?
The weather. I came out here in '73 to make a movie with Goldie Hawn, and I mean, Hollywood is some funny way. Hollywood is a frame of mind, because actually I thought Hollywood would be a place where all the agents were standing on the doorsteps waiting to sort of grab you.
They are.
But they are. Absolutely. But of course Hollywood is just a symbol in a way. But I loved coming. I always wanted to be here when I was a kid, when I was a young actor. I always wanted to come out here, and all my wishes came true in a strange and paradoxical way. I find the principle is that by actually letting go of the heat of ambition, as I've got to a certain age in my life now, letting go of that ambition and all that stuff and intensity, that it really does. The paradox is that this is the richest part of my life now. In fact, a lot of things are happening.
But you know, the standard complaint of Brits is that Hollywood takes the best and the brightest from England, the most talented, and exploits their talent, and rather than fortify the British film industry and the British craft which produced these talents. Do you ever feel that exploitative resentment?
No, not at all. Mm-hmm. I made a choice to come out here. I was working in the theatre for years, and I found it intensely boring. I'm not made for the theatre. I find it night after night just drove me nuts. I feel in a way I'm not really an actor. I sort of fell into this business, and I had ambitions to come out here a long time ago. I never look back now. I mean, I worked in the theatre for some time. That was fine, but I couldn't do it anymore.
You once said that anger has to be converted into something else, otherwise it destroys you, eats you up. Can you still summon that anger for...
Oh, yeah. I can, a lot of it. Yeah, a lot of it, but I try not to let it live within me now, but I work on it as an actor.
When you've spent time, I know, and surreptitiously almost, teaching young people about acting. Well, and they're not necessarily, this is not a professional acting school. It's a hangar in Santa Monica or something, right?
Yeah.
Why do you do that? What do you get out of it?
Well, because I had nothing better to do. I went to talk to this group of actors, and they asked me if I'd come and teach. I said, well, I'm not a teacher, but I can come and help them and guide them through a few scenes. So what I do is just get these students together and say, okay, anyone want to get up and do something? They'll do something from either Tennessee Williams or Shakespeare, whatever. And I just say, okay, just do it and show me. And I don't take them apart or criticize them. I say, okay, I think there may be an easier way to do this. I try to tell them to sort of let go of all the analysis and all the, all that stuff that's crowded into the brain. Let go of it. Just do it if you think you can do it. And they seem to have a great deal of fun doing it, and I find it very satisfying, because it opens up a part of my mind as a director. I've never really directed before, but I can see very clearly what I want, or what I can do for them. So that's what's satisfying to me.
What's interesting about directors, though, is that some are puppet masters, and some are really actors, directors.
Yeah.
I mean, some are just plain mediocre,
and some are some are cruising.
Yeah.
You know, there was a Dustin Hoffman the other day on the show said that there are two kinds of directors: those that like surprises and those that don't like surprises.
Yeah.
What kind of director do you think you'd be of those two types?
To like surprises, and to let the actors do their thing, but have a structure and have a preparation for it, but let the actors do what they can within it if they want to improvise within the scene. But if there's a structure and a good script there, which I really believe my script is a very good script, it's well written, that if they can just take that and then move in and around that, that's the best thing, is to improvise within a structure. I don't mean to just improvise from nothing, because I don't think that works that well. but good structure.
When you look back on the films that have been offered to you, is there any one that you've turned down that you now look back and regret that you didn't see the possibility or the potential in it when you passed on it? Is there anything that you look back and say, oh, I missed that, I should have done that film?
Preferably a Gruber script.
I know, you're picking on me against that.
I can't think. There may have been one or two, I can't remember.
Any ones you've done that you felt...
Oh, there have been a few that I wish I hadn't.
Right.
But, oh yeah, there are a few of those. I don't know. I don't have a plan for my life. I never did have those sort of lines of a graph of a career. I just take what comes along. I was saying, I'm now at a certain age where I've given up even wanting to do much, and by that attitude, things are now beginning to happen for me, which are totally unexpected, which is the paradox of, I suppose, letting go. It sounds very la-la land, that does, but, give up wanting it all the time, and then suddenly things start to happen. Yeah. I mean, just out of left field, which is so extraordinary. And this year has been, I think, the best year of my life. I don't want much, and yet things have been given to me now.
It's letting the control up and recognizing that there's forces beyond you.
I don't know how it works. Yeah, right. I don't know how it works, but, I guess you get open and...
That's cool.
Well, on that happy note, thank you so much for coming in, Tony. It's great to talk to you.
It's a pleasure. Thanks a lot, both of you.
Thanks.
Both Peters.
Peter. Coming up next, the latest in movie news.